We're gonna start the next episode in now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Arkham Horror, the card game.
Oh,
you know that
yes,
that voice, that voice of yours. It's completely different from how you talk from the rest of the episode, so everyone knows it's just some fake intro.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tao.
Okay, then.
We're joined here with Tao.
Hello.
And then we're gonna play the Knight of the Zealot.
Zealots, huh?
Which, if I recall correctly, is a unit from StarCraft.
Yeah. Oh man, I love them.
You just play Zealot Rush. That's how it works, and you win StarCraft.
I actually pronounced them as Zealots growing up. I didn't know, because it's Z-E-A. It should be Z. Why is it Z?
I don't know.
Anyway.
English, right?
English.
All right.
Difficult.
So, we have selected our decks. If you missed that video, that was the previous video. Our decks currently are not on the table. We're gonna push the secret button over here that no one needs to talk about. The game will lag immensely, and then our decks appear out of thin air.
Oh man, and we got a random weakness in here that we're not even gonna know what it is.
Yeah, and that one could be from any of the sets, because I'm too lazy to go and look it up.
Cool!
And so, now, we read the campaign guide. We're starting the Night of the Zealot, as we have said. Let's see here. The Ghoul's Hunger. Friday, September 18th, 1925. Arkham, Massachusetts. It is the end of a long and abnormally hot summer. The first hints of autumn beckon, but a heavy heat persists, relentless. A silent, unspoken anger grips the town. Tempers are short, and in the last week alone there have been numerous reports of townspeople coming to heated, violent blows with one another over simple misunderstandings. And now, a call from James Hankerson. He claims to have found a dismembered body in his barn. Blaming the weather would be too easy. There is something wrong with this town, and not a whole lot this old soothsayer can do to stop the slide. My auguries indicate a small group of investigators will soon take note of these strange happenings and set forth to make things right. I'll be watching their progress, but I won't be holding my breath. It's very strange that, this person, this old soothsayer, says a small group of investigators, and then you play the game solo, and they're like, yeah, small group of one investigators.
Well, maybe the others died or left you alone or something. Maybe you're alone.
Yeah. Could be. So if you've never played Arkham Horror before, you're going to do these campaign setup things. We have done these. Some of them, probably. Who knows? Then you're going to go to the campaign log, where you're going to look at the thing. You're going to read this little bit of text, and then you're going to do the setup. The game we're playing is already currently completely set up. That's why the study is there. And our characters are totally right next to that study thing. Definitely did that beforehand. Very professional here on this show.
Cool.
Tao, if you want to go ahead and read that one.
You and your partners have been investigating strange events taking place in your home city of Arkham, Massachusetts. Over the past few weeks, several townspeople have mysteriously gone missing. Recently, their corpses turned up in the woods, savaged and half-eaten. Well, they're not missing. They're found. The police and newspaper have stated that wild animals are responsible, but you believe there is something else going on. You are gathered together at the lead investigator's home to discuss these bizarre events. We're at your home, Matt?
Matt? Who's Matt?
Oh, who are you then? Phlip?
I'm Phlip.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're at your home, Phlip?
Yeah, we're at my home. This is my home.
Look at
Look
that.
how
You've been
awesome
investigating strange events occurring in Arkham for several days now. Your desk is covered in newspaper articles, police reports, and witness accounts. All right then.
You like this part of my room? That's just I drew where a doorway should have been. I just drew it on the back there with purple.
We gotta read the agenda and act deck, don't
we?
Oh
yeah. So if you've never played Arkham, this agenda deck, this deck right here, this guy,
whoa.
That's the bad deck. If it ever gets to the bottom of the bad deck, usually bad stuff happens. Over here on the right hand side, you got the act deck. If you ever get to the bottom of the act deck, then you quote unquote succeed.
Indeed. We'll see how
which means
progress.
Less bad things happen, but they're probably still pretty bad.
All right.
You also have the encounter deck, which we'll get to later, and this scenario card, which tells you how the fake bag of dice works.
Alright, so let's go ahead and read this agenda deck. What's going on? It is late at night. You are holed up in your study, researching the bloody disappearances that have been taking place in the region. A few hours into your research, you hear the sound of strange chanting coming from your parlor down the hall. At the same time, you hear dirt churning, as if something were digging beneath the floor. As you
Probably those rats.
Trapped. As you leap to investigate, the door to your study vanishes before your eyes, leaving behind only solid wall. You're trapped inside your study unless you can find another way out. Alright.
Alright. So you came over to help me find out why we've only found half of these people. And by half of these people, I mean half of each individual person. But then my door disappears.
Yes, we're going to need to grab these 4 clues here. Let's draw our opening hand.
So we'll shuffle, we'll draw some cards. Then we get to choose how many cards we want to keep, and the rest of them we set aside and draw replacements for it. This is called the mulligan.
I will get rid of 3 cards.
A good spell here. We've got that for that, and we've got that. I actually like most of my hand. I'm only going to get rid of 1 of them.
Okay.
And that's pretty good. So we shuffle the other card in. If you would have drawn any weaknesses, you set those aside and draw a replacement immediately. That doesn't count as your mulligan. That's just, you're not allowed to start with weaknesses in your hand. Well, I guess you could if you, I don't know.
There's only one exception, but yes, typically you don't start with weaknesses.
Yeah, I'm no rules lawyer, but you definitely don't want to start with that.
All right.
So at the each turn in or each round in Arkham begins with the Mythos Phase, except for the first round because we skip it because it says right here that we don't do that part. So now we just get to take turns. During your turn, you can spend actions, these little circles, to do these things, which we will eventually do, and we'll talk through them the first time we do them in this beginner campaign here. So, Tao, what would you like to do?
Alright, well, I'll go first. Naturally, when I came over to your house, I made sure in order to bring this guard dog along. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put him in my ally assets.
I know. What's his name?
What do we call him? We'll call him Rocky.
That seems like a good name for a dog.
Alright, thank you. So this one just has the basic ability that if somebody attacked this dog, then the dog attacks back. Make sure, always to leave home without it. But he does cost me $3. So for my next action, I'm going to get those $3 back.
It's the snack that bites you back.
By playing this emergency cash, getting back my little $3. And then for my final action, I might as well start investigating a way out of this study. So let's investigate. I have a base skill of 3 investigate. And
stop, Tao.
Yes, what's up?
We must explain what investigating is.
Sure.
So investigating is, you've got this card here. This is the location we're at. We're both here because our little player cards are here. And these are clues. In order to get these clues, which we need, in order to advance the act deck, the good deck, we need to get 2 clues per investigator. So we need to get 4 clues. Luckily, there's 4 clues on this study. If there weren't, we'd be boned. Because we just would never be able to advance, ever. We would just die. The study would get very crowded with who knows what, probably dead bodies. So in order to get this, we need to do a skill check. And a skill check is going to be done against for investigating, is going to be done against the shroud value. There's 2 number here. So we're going to look at Skids O'Toole's books. His books is how he investigates. That's how everyone investigates, unless said otherwise. And he needs to get he has a skill of 3, and he needs it to be bigger than or equal to a 2.
All right. So
when he does a skill check, he is going to draw one of these tokens from the bag of tokens. There's a lot. Why is there so many of them? I guess that's just how many there are.
No, there's 2 plus ones. I think it messed up a little bit.
What have you done?
I just hit standard on this thing.
Standard.
Wait. Okay, that fixed it now, yeah. Now we don't have so many.
Alright, let's try again. One of these tokens, I was like, this usually just goes to like here. This one, it just keeps going. These tokens. So if we, for example, let's pretend it was this one. So we would look at it, Skid's books, 3 minus 2 That's 1. 1 is not bigger than or equal to 2, and so Skids would fail, and he would not get the clue. If instead, let's say he got the skull, we would look at what a skull means on this little scenario card earlier. It says minus X, where X is the number of ghoul enemies at your location. I don't know what that is. I've never seen a ghoul in my life. I don't know why there would ever be any, so that's got to be 0. So then you'd be successful. There's 2 special ones that don't have a thing on this scenario card. There's the blue one, the Elder Sign, and that one, it looks like a star. And if you're an eagle-eyed person, then you might notice there's a star on Skids O'Toole over here. And so you do this effect instead. It gives you +2. And you get some resources, maybe. Hopefully. Probably. There's also this one, which if I hover over it says auto-fail, and that's because you just auto-fail. And it's bad.
Mm-hmm. No matter how high your skills are, they could be 99. You will still lose.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and put those back in the bag, and then Tao can go ahead and make his check.
All right. I have a intellect of 3. I'm testing it against a difficulty shroud of 2. Go. I drew the auto-fail, so I failed. All right, that's my turn done.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's going to be my turn now. I'm going to play Emergency Cash.
Okay.
And get $3, which I will then immediately spend for my second action to play a Shriveling. And then you know what? It's kind of dark in my room, so I'm gonna put out a flashlight. I just started chanting some evil death thing. Not that you should be worried, Skids. It's not like I'm gonna murder your dog.
You just also got a flashlight too.
I'm just bringing out this flashlight too. You know.
All right.
To look around. I'm trying to find my door. Excuse me, door. Where have you gone? So that is the investigation phase. The next thing we do is the enemy phase, where all the enemies go.
There's no enemies. What are you talking about? We're safe in your home.
Good job, enemies. They've done their thing. Now it's the upkeep phase, where we will reset our actions, ready all of our exhausted cards, draw a card and gain a resource, and then discard down to 8 cards. All of that's done by pushing this button, upkeep, here. I have drawn the bad card, which is a weakness. A weakness is a card that lives in your deck, but is bad. So I have drawn the Tower, which says I cannot commit cards to skill tests while it is in my hand, and if it is drawn in my opening hand during setup, I cannot replace it, and it has to stay in my opening hand. So I'm going to put that back in my hand. I was just, I don't know, I thought most weaknesses usually will go out and play, but this card in particular is annoying.
Yes, what it basically does is prevents you from playing or discarding skill cards unless you pay $4 for it.
Yep, I cannot commit cards to skill tests. By that I mean, remember when Skids O'Toole did the thing where he looked at 3 and that whatever? If instead he discarded a card at that time, he could boost his books by the little pips here on the side of the card. So it's discarding an Arcane Studies would give him 1 book. I can also, if I was in the room with him, which I was, I could have discarded a card to give him +1 to his books.
But he didn't, and now
but I didn't. Now I can't.
Alright. So, we finished the upkeep phase. Now we go to round 2 of the Mythos Phase. Place 1 Doom on the agenda, which you will put right there. Advance the agenda if the Doom threshold is satisfied, but it's not yet. The Doom threshold is 3.
So if this gets to this number, then we flip the card over and do some stuff.
And now
but it's not.
Each investigator draws 1 card from the top of the encounter deck. You go ahead first.
So I will draw an encounter card. Oh man, I must live in San Francisco. It's getting foggy.
Okay, so attached to your location, limit 1 per location. Attached location gets 2 shroud, but after it's successfully investigated, we can discard it. So this room just became a shroud of 4 for 1 investigation.
Yep, it's very foggy.
My encounter is a flesh eater. It spawns in the attic. There is no attic. Why is this in here?
Because that's how it starts. So because there is no attic, it just gets discarded.
Bye. Okay.
All right.
You think you can investigate this place?
I mean, I do have a flashlight. And I also have Dun dun dun. $2 for this arcane studies.
Okay.
Not that you knew that.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, look at this arcane study. Good thing you grabbed that book from your study.
For the first time. So I'm going to use my flashlight. My flashlight says I can spend a supply. Supply is just a resource token that gets put on a flashlight when you play it. That's what this means. And then I investigate, but it gets -2 shroud. And the shroud here normally is 2, but because of the fog, it's 4. So it goes down to 2.
Okay, so you are the base
my flashlight cuts through the fog.
Base skill of 2 against 2.
2v2. I'm going to spend $2 to give myself +2 more, so it'll be 4v2.
Okay. That is a -2. There is no Ghoul enemy at our location, so nothing happens. You succeed. Here is your clue. And as a bonus, obscuring fog is gone. So that is discarded.
Perfect. Then I will investigate again. I'm going to use my flashlight to do that.
Okay, so
Get
that's
in there.
Your base of intellect of 2 against the Shroud of 0.
So it's 2v0. Let's go.
Another -2.
That's another -2. So important to note, let's pretend for a second that this was a -4. If this would reduce it below 0, your skill can't go below 0. You can't be like, I'm going to investigate and make things harder to find. Like, 0 is just like, it's super obvious. So even if I would have gotten a -4, I would still be successful at this location because the shroud value would be 0.
And you win ties. Here's your second clue.
Not always the case.
You should get $1.
I'm gonna. Why should I get $1?
You're gonna need to get rid of that tarot card, I think.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm gonna play an emergency cash and get $3.
Ooh, okay. Well, let me see if I can grab those last remaining clues. Unfortunately, I don't have anything in my hand that can help. You know what? I'll look for a card. I'm gonna draw a card for my first action. And hey, this actually does help. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to discard perception. This is a skill card. This says if this test is successful, I can draw 1 card. So this boosted my intellect up to 5. So now with a difficulty of 5 against 2, I draw from the chaos bag. -1. Success. I get 1 clue and I draw a card thanks to perception. And for my final action, I'm going to investigate again. 3v2, let's go. -2, I have failed. Alright, so then...
What a failure.
Thank you. Now we move on again to the enemy phase.
Enemy phase. Good job, enemies.
The
and now
phase.
upkeep. So we do that. I get this gnarly looking card. And then we go to Doom, or to the Mythos phase. So we add a Doom. We're at 2 out of 3, so we haven't hit the threshold, and we go to encounters. So I'm going to draw an encounter card. It's a Ghoul minion.
Oh no!
When you draw an enemy card, or is it enemies? It's enemies. When you draw an enemy card, they go in front of you. Hiya! Unless they say otherwise. In this case, this is an enemy. He's a Ghoul minion. He's pleased to meet you. He says hello. He's got 2 fighty power, and which means that if I want to attack him, I will use my fists to his fighty power, and I have to beat that, just the same way you do with books and the shroud value to investigate. He's got 2 feet power, which means that I need to do the same thing, books to feet, to evade him. Evade means he will be exhausted, and then I could run away from him and stuff like that. And then the middle number is his health. If I deal damage to him, if he takes 2 of those damages, then he will die. Important to note, at the bottom here is this red symbol and this blue symbol, which is his health and sanity damage. If he ever attacks me, I will take that much damage and that much horror.
Alright. My intel
that's
card.
Pretty much it.
It's a swarm of rats!
Not the rats!
This one is a lot
The
easier.
rats eat your eyes!
This one's a lot easier to fight, but in exchange, it's a lot harder to evade.
Yep, and it does not do horror damage. I just have a filthy home, I guess.
Yeah,
it's normal. I'm sorry. 1920s. We didn't have exterminators back then.
Are we in the 20s? Maybe so.
I think so. I think Arkham's like 1920s.
Well, why don't you take care of that ghoul minion on you?
That's a good idea. In order to do so, normally I would have to fight him with my fists, and then if I was successful, I would do 1 damage, and then I would have to fight him with my fists again, and if I was successful, I would do 2 damage, and then he would die. However, Agnes is a wizard.
A mystic. It's different.
She's a wizard.
Okay.
And so she has this spell called Shriveling, and Shriveling lets me fight, but it uses my brain over my bronze. And it deals extra damage, and it can possibly hurt me. So that's also fantastic. So I'm going to spend my first action to shrivel up this guy.
That's a willpower of 5 against a fight of 2?
Yep, so it's a 5v2. Normally I would be able to, I don't know, discard this card from my hand, but because of my weakness, I cannot. So we're just going to roll for it.
Success.
5v2, 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 beats a 2, so he is DED dead.
All right.
Okay. I think you can handle those rats, probably.
Maybe.
I don't want to shrivel the rats, so I can't really handle the rats for you.
That's fine. You seem to have forgotten I brought Rocky here, but okay.
Oh yeah, you got the rats. You got the rats. You got the rats.
Just get us out of here.
Yeah, you got the rats. I am going to just do a base investigate. I want to save my flashlight for somewhere else. So I'll just do 2v2. Not very likely, but let's go.
Failure.
I failed. And for my last action, I am going to play this tower card.
Okay.
Amazing.
All right. My turn. I'm going to spend $1 and play burglary. Now,
what have you done, Tao?
Because I chose to play...
Those rats are going to attack you.
Yes, an enemy gets to attack me if, it says here at the bottom here, if you are engaged with an enemy and spend an action to do anything other than fight, evade, or activate a parley or resign ability, each enemy engaged with you makes an attack of opportunity. So it swings at me for its attack value, which is 1 damage. But I put the damage on my guard dog. Rocky doesn't like that, so it immediately attacks back and hits the swarm of rats and kills them. So Rocky eats the rats. Hooray.
He's like, lunch.
Secondly, I'm going to investigate this area. 3 versus 2. I really hope I succeed. You know what? Actually, yeah, I'm going to discard the sneak attack. So that has a pip of 1 intellect. So it's a 4 versus 2 right now. Go. Failure. Okay, I'm going to investigate again. 3 versus 2. Success! I finally did it. I got a clue.
Alright, and since we've collected 4 clues, if we go up here, that will advance the act deck. So we will flip over the act deck. Or first, we will remove the clues. You have to spend them. We will flip over the act deck, and we will read it. You notice that the edges of your newly purchased rug are tattered and mud-stained. Finding this odd, you shift the furniture aside and pull back the rug. To your surprise, you see the door leading out of your study. You slowly turn the knob and the door swings open, revealing your hallway below. You jump through the doorway, landing on your feet on soft dirt. The door to the study slams shut above you. The smell of burning wood fills the narrow hall, intermingled with the scent of rot and decay. Then it has some text. We have to put into play the set-aside hallway, cellar, attic, and parlor. We have to discard each enemy in the study. And we have to place each investigator in the hallway, and my room apparently is removed from existence.
So we're in the hallway now. It says here, a moment of panic and disorientation strikes as you land upon the floor of the hallway. The world spins as if turned on its head. And these little icons on the bottom show what they're connected to. So this hallway is fortunately connected to everything.
So
but
plus goes to plus, blue diamond goes to blue diamond, and green thing goes to, or I'm sorry, blue triangle, green diamond goes to green diamond.
However, it says here, the entrance to the parlor is blocked by a darkly glowing, unfathomable barrier. You cannot move into the parlor. So, we're going to put a, you cannot pass sign. However, we can still walk into the attic and the cellar all we'd like. Alright. Okay. It's an unfathomable barrier. I don't think there's signs on it, but sure.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, stay oot. Stay
oot.
Stay oot. Anyways, so that was my last action. So our turn is done. Enemy phase happens, no enemies. Upkeep phase happens. Let's hit the upkeep button, draw a card and get a resource. And now we move on to the Mythos phase. We add a Doom. We are at 3. The agenda advances. So we're going to flip this over, remove all the Doom, and your house continues to change before your very eyes. The walls have decayed, and the ground in many rooms has turned to dirt. It is almost as if you have been transported somewhere else entirely, although every now and again you recognize elements of your former home. The lead investigator must decide. Either each investigator discards 1 card at random from his or her hand, or the lead investigator takes 2 horror.
So we are each going to discard a card at random.
Okay.
I know I have a lot of horror soak, but that's also my, like, damagey stuff.
Hey, I lost my weakness.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually didn't reveal it because it says here I secretly added
Yeah,
to my...
You're not allowed to lose your weakness, though, to any effect, so it goes back in your hand.
No, it doesn't.
Yep.
It says discard at random if it's at random.
Right, but if we look at the rules here for a moment for the weakness, which is on page 21. Here it is. Let's see here. Where
a player
is
may
this?
not optionally choose to discard a weakness card from hand unless a card explicitly specifies otherwise. Yeah, I didn't choose to discard it. It was randomly discarded. I think we've had this situation before. If it's randomly discarded, it's gone. Because weaknesses almost never stay in hand.
Maybe it was hidden then? That it was?
Yes, it was the hidden ones that did that. But
isn't that card hidden?
No, it just says Revelation, secretly add this card to your hand. Oh, it does say campaign mode, peril, and hidden.
So I think it is hidden. So maybe it's the hidden rules that don't allow you to discard it.
Very well. I'll put it back in my hand then.
Yeah. I think that's the case.
Alright, I lose.
So like I would be able to discard the tower card then because of that, but not the hidden one. I will put up some notes if this is incorrect and we are playing bad.
Okay.
This is another thing that happens in Arkham. You will play wrong. It will happen. You do not have the option of playing perfectly until they make a digital version someday, hopefully. This is a legit real copy. I'm just a master at camera work. This HUD, don't worry about it. We're playing in person. Say hello, Tao.
Hello.
You look like a dog with playing the thing. Oh, what happened?
Wait,
that's not right.
What's going on?
Your real life human.
Oh, the
picture.
avatar thing. Well, you're some weird thing peeling off a tree.
I mean that is me.
Okay.
That is how I just look. I'm a horrible, grotesque tree monster.
All right, shall we continue now?
Broken my way into this world. Yeah, we can continue. What else do we do? That's it?
The second agenda here says, the floor beneath you is giving way, and you see a vast network of tunnels twisting into the darkness below. Shapes and silhouettes of strange creatures move swiftly through the tunnels, trying to find a way up. You probably don't want to be here when they do. So...
Probably. Oh, we should have also looked at what the next act was.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been good, too.
A glowing barrier blocks the path to your parlor. As you move towards it, intense heat forces you to back away. Picking up a handful of dirt, you toss it at the barrier and watch in horror as the dirt incinerates. Perhaps there's something in the cellar or attic that can help. When the round ends, investigators in the hallway as a group may spend the requisite number of clues to advance. Okay.
So this one again, 3 clues per investigator. So 6 total clues since we were playing with 2 people.
Alright, the Mythos Phase has now reaching its final part. Draw a card from the top of the encounter deck. You first.
Boop. Oh no, I am frozen in fear.
Oh no.
This is terrible.
The first time
I put it into play, and the first time I perform, move fighter, evade each round, costs an additional action. And then I can maybe get rid of it.
Maybe get rid of
Maybe.
it. All right. Mine is Crypt Chill. Test 4 brains. If you fail, choose and discard an asset you control. If you cannot, take 2 damage instead. I'm probably going to lose my burglary. So I have a willpower of 2. It's very low against a difficulty of 4. It's a -1. I have failed, so I have to get rid of an asset I own. I'm going to get rid of burglary.
Oh, it was so cold you forgot how to burgle.
I know. I really want to steal things from your home.
That's very rude.
What are you talking about?
Very extremely rude. Okay. So we have open up here the cellar at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Seems to be icy down in the cellar. That's where I keep all my beers. And then up in the attic, it's the smell of rotting meat. That's where I keep all my barbecue.
Okay.
It's so I can get a workout during, game day. I gotta, go down, get some beers, go up, get the barbecue, put it on the bar. Don't worry about it.
Okay, then.
There's definitely not like a big bucket of blood up there or something.
Well, I shall go first.
All right.
I'm going to investigate this area. I have a intellect of 3 against a difficulty of 1. At this point,
Why are you investigating this area?
Well, because I need to. So I'm investigating. I drew a 0. I have successfully investigated. Now, why did I do that? It's so I can get rid of this weakness in my hand. This weakness says I have to add it to my hand secretly. When the game ends or if I'm eliminated, if it's in my hand, I earn 2 fewer experience, which we'll get on later. And after you successfully investigate a location with no clues on it, I can discard this card from my hand. Now, for my second action, I'm going to walk down into your cellar. The stairs leading down to your cellar are slick and they glisten with a thin layer of ice. Forrest, after you enter the cellar, take a damage. Okay, so I fell and hurt myself because your cellar sucks.
Don't sue me.
And, this is a pretty difficult place to investigate. I'm going to draw a card and hope I get something to help me investigate.
All right.
For my final action.
Sounds good.
Your turn.
My turn. I need to just... I can't move. I'm frozen in fear. I'm just... my door. This is my home. It's been ruined. I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna think about what I've done, and and I'm gonna draw some more cards. Okay, none of those helped.
Okay.
I'm gonna now make my frozen in fear check to see if I can be less freezy and more fighty. I got 5v3. Thankfully, I can, in fact, discard cards now that the tower is in play.
You can also spend money.
I need money.
Okay.
For buying goods and services. So I will discard this Holy Rosary. So 6v3.
Oh,
I've done it.
2. Success. And that's gone.
So this one goes into the bin.
Enemy phase. Okay, upkeep.
Good job, enemies. Upkeep. That'll be useful. A doom happens. We're at 1 of 7, and then we go into the encounter step where I will draw an encounter card.
Oh no! The voices!
The Gregorian chants in my home, Sephiroth. I can't play cards.
Can't play assets or events. You can still discard them for skills. Alright, my encounter. Grasping hands! Test my boots. For each point I fail by, take a damage. Fortunately, I've got pretty good boots. 4 against 3. Go. Oh, it's +2. So I succeeded and I get $2 for this. Look how rich I am.
I know, you were worried that you wouldn't have any money, and here you are being rich.
Yes, well, I could still lose a lot, so we'll see.
All right. I guess I'll go first because I can't play cards, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to walk up here into the attic. We'll flip this card over. The bloody carcass of a malformed beast swings from a meat hook chained to the ceiling. Blood drains slowly from the carcass, dripping into a small barrel. Dang it, you've discovered my blood barrel.
Oh, I should talk about the cellar then. Your cellar seems to have been replaced with an underground network of icy tunnels and caverns. The cold chills you to the core.
Yeah, it's surprising how much this home went for. It's got so much square footage. I don't. Important to note on these cards, there's this little Victory 1 thing over here, which means that you get a bonus of 1 experience for clearing off all of the clues from it during the game. So it's highly worth it to usually do that most of the time.
Okay.
Those are a lot of caveats. I'm gonna go investigate this this attic. 2v1.
Okay.
Success.
Here's your clue.
I'm gonna investigate this attic again. 2v1.
-0.
-0. So that's also a success.
Here's your clue.
Nice.
Alright, my turn. I don't have the investigating powers in order to do this thing, so I'm going to spend $2 and play physical training, just in case I need to spend my money on willpower or fight thing.
Waste your money, got it.
No, you know what? Let's also spend another $3 and get this machete, just in case I need to fight something. You know, this seller really feels like I should practice my boxing and get my machete ready. You know?
Yeah, Rocky's out there. He's like yelling and stuff. He's not barking. He's just actually yelling. He's like, "Oh, there's probably stuff in here."
I'm gonna draw a card for my final action. All right. So that's my turn, guy.
Okay, then the enemies go. Good job, enemies. Now it's the upkeep phase. And also during the upkeep phase, dissonant voices stop. No more, we've defeated Sephiroth. Apparently he got scared of this machete and punching bags going on.
Mythos Phase. Let's add a Doom. We are at 2 of 7. And encounter cards.
Alright, I've got this Crypt Chill. It's cold. Oh, I hope I don't lose the tower card. I've got 5 brains versus 4 brains.
Success.
I've succeeded.
Good
thing I didn't lose my tower card.
Alright. Oh, I drew a ghoul minion. Okay. Well, at least I'm ready for that.
Alright, would you like to go first? You have an enemy on you.
Sure. So I'm going to fight this thing. I have a machete. I can use it in order to fight with the +1 fighting powers. And if the attacked enemy is the only enemy engaged with you, this attack deals +1 damage. It is. So I have a 4 against this thing's 2.
That is true.
I'm gonna spend $1 and make it a 5 versus a 2. Go. -2. Success. I deal 2 damage to it. That is its health. It is gone. Still can't investigate because I didn't draw a flashlight or anything that can help, so I'm going to draw a card. Then I'm going to investigate this area for my final action. I'm going to discard an Unexpected Courage. These have question mark blips on them because that means that they can be used for any skill. So I'm going to boost my intellect, so I'm at 5 versus 4. And I'm also going to discard this opportunist card, which says if I succeed by 3 or more, I can return it to my hand instead of discarding it. And I'm also going to discard this sneak attack to it. So I discarded 3 cards total, giving my intellect a boost up to 6, 7. So I have a 7 against this thing's difficulty of 4. Go. I drew a skull. I'm 0. So since I succeeded by 3 or more, this skill goes back in my hand, and I get a clue.
Nope.
Alright, your turn.
1 clue for you. Alright, my turn. I'm gonna investigate this place probably. I'm gonna use perception. Actually, no, I'm not gonna use perception. I lied.
Okay.
I'm just gonna investigate this place probably.
2 versus 1.
2v1, go.
Failure.
I failed. Investigate again. 2v1.
Success.
Success. Investigate again. 2v1.
Auto fail. That's fine.
Bum.
Alright, enemy phase happens.
Good job, enemies. Upkeep.
Alright.
Then we got a Doom. And then we got encounter cards. Encounter card number 1. Oh no, it's a dead body that I hid back here, definitely.
Rotting remains! No, what's happening to my house is what created this body. It wasn't here before.
Yeah, don't tell the cops about this. I got 5v3, or I take a horror for each point I fail by. So 5v3, go.
-0.
A success.
And my encounter card, Grasping Hands.
No, more hands. I said, knock it off. Leave my friends alone, Nana.
Alright, I have a 4 against a 3, go. -3, so I have a 1. I failed by 2. So I take 2 damage. Ouch.
Alright. Those are encounter cards. It's back to learning times.
It is back to learning times.
Do you got that, or do you need me to go there? I can investigate that a little bit better because I got money to investigate with,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Why don't you grab your clue and head on down here?
Should I? Yeah, I should grab the clue so you don't have to go in there. So I will investigate. 2v1. Do I want to spend $1 for this? I'll spend $1. 3v1.
Oh,
what does this do?
-1. But
-1.
no, yeah, it has a failed condition, but you succeeded.
So I have succeeded. So I've done that. And then I'm going to walk down. What's our 3 out of 7? Okay, I will walk down again.
And probably fall down the stairs and take a damage.
Yep, I fall down the stairs. God dang it. It's like that, what's it called? With the Family Guy thing, where Peter always just falls down the stairs.
Oh, I guess so. I'm going to draw a card. Hey,
well.
This might help. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to discard perception and opportunist again. So that's +3.
Dang it! I was going to help you by discarding a perception.
Oh, well, you could do that for yourself with your flashlight.
Yeah,
so that's
when we're both in the same location, then even though Tao's doing the skill test, I can commit up to 1 card to help.
So 6 versus 4?
But not perception, because it says max 1 committed per skill test.
-1, success. I don't get opportunist back, but I get this clue, and I draw a card for using perception.
You sure do.
I got nothing else. I'm going to draw a card for my final action. Okay.
Alright, enemies go. Good job, enemies. Now it's the upkeep step.
Upkeep.
The doom goes on, 4 out of 7, and I draw on a counter card. Ancient Evils, which says, place a doom on the current agenda. This effect can cause the current agenda to advance, but I'm going to spend $1 and say no. With my Ward of Protection, which says, play when I draw a non-weakness treachery card, which this is a non-weakness treachery card, and cancel it, and then I take a horror.
It's also fast, which means that it does not cost an action to play this event.
Yes, which is good because I don't have any actions during the Mythos phase.
My thing. It's Ancient Evils. I don't have that card, so add a doom.
Dang it.
What do you want from me?
Ancient Evils is particularly bad because the more players there are, it basically says skip a turn because you add a doom to the agenda deck. It's real bad. It doesn't seem that bad. You just add 1 to that thing, but it's like the worst thing possible.
Yeah, basically, Phlip and I both lost 3 actions.
Yeah, we lost 6 actions as total, so it's bad.
All right.
Anyways, it's time to investigate. Possibly. Let's do this. So I got 4, 2. I have 2v4 right now. I'm gonna perception, so that's 4v4. I'm gonna spend $2. No, $1, because otherwise I've got nothing. So 5v4? That's 5v4.
I'll discard this evidence in order to help you out. 7v4.
Okay, 7v4.
Hey!
Hey! Success. I get +1 for each horror on me, so that's +2. So that is successful. And I draw a card, and I get the clue. Aw, dang it.
Oh.
If only I had drawn that card one card sooner. You know what? Let's hear. We have to do this at the end of the round, right? When the round ends, investigators in the hallway may, as a group, spend the requisite number of clues to advance. So let's plan on advancing next round so we can get this last clue. Unless you think you can get this last clue.
I don't think I can.
Okay.
Unless I draw.
So instead of wasting... Oh, wait, I got my flashlight. Why didn't you tell me about my flashlight, Tao?
I thought you were saving it for your second action.
I've saved it for my second action. I'm a genius.
Okay.
So this is now 2v2. I'm gonna spend $2 and make it a 4v2. I'm also going to. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be doing too much of this. So I'm gonna discard my special, only my deck card to give myself +1 whole pip.
5v2.
To make that whatever I said. Yeah. 5v2.
Ooh.
Good thing I discarded that thing. I got the last clue, guys.
Yeah.
And then we hear my house grumble as the load-bearing boss that clue was disintegrates. I will move out of the cellar and back into the hallway because there's nothing left in the cellar for me.
Okay. My turn. I'm going to walk in there as well because I'm going to spend the clues too. And then secondly, I'm going to play a burglary. And then I'm going to be like, hey, Matt, you got some pretty good stuff around here. Take a look around real quickly. And investigate 3 versus 1. Go. Oh, look at that. I'm just going to take a couple of dollars if you don't mind. I'm going to take $3.
All right. Would you like to spend 2 of those dollars to get another action?
I don't need to. Well, actually, you know what? Fine. I'll spend $2 in order to get another action, and I'll spend another $2 in order to play pickpocket. Why not? Why don't I take some things even more? I'll put it in my arcane slot because I'm using this.
Why am I friends with you again?
I'm just a pickpocket and a thief. What?
I'm just your average waitress wizard, and
you own a huge house, man. What kind of house has an attic and a cellar nowadays?
I mean, especially such a big cellar.
Exactly. You could spare a couple of resources, man.
I mean, and I'm stockpiling so much calcium in there.
Exactly. All right. Enemy phase.
All right.
Yep. Nothing. And then upkeep.
Okay. Then end of the round. This happens. Boom. We eat all of the clues except for 2. So I'm going to push the button, but Tal, go give each of us a clue.
Okay.
Because we only eat 6. We flip this over. Breaking the barrier. Using the barrel from the attic, you carry ice and snow from the cellar and hurl it at the barrier. I have questions about this, because did we empty the barrel of blood first? If so, is my house now just covered in monster blood? What is going on?
Yeah,
anyway, the barrier sparks and shudders as it consumes the ice, then hisses and fades out of existence. The barrier blocking passage into the parlor has vanished. Reveal the parlor. Put the set-aside Lead a Chantler card into play in the parlor. Spawn the set-aside Ghoul Priest in the hallway.
Okay.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, first off, the parlor's revealed. This has a resign action, which just means we leave the game. We survive. Resigning isn't always that bad. This is too much for me. You run out the front door, fleeing in panic. While Lita Chantler is not controlled by player, she gains an action, parlay, test for knowledge. If you succeed, take control of Lita Chantler. And Lita Chantler has the ability, while you control Lita Chantler, she gains, each investigator at your location gets +1 fight. When an investigator at your location successfully attacks a monster enemy, that investigator deals +1 damage. Pretty good. And
she also has 3 health and 3 brains.
Yeah, and
at
costs
the bottom,
0.
which...
That's a very, very good card.
Yeah, very strong card.
But this Ghoul Priest is now on here. He preys on whoever has the highest fight, which is me, because I fight better than you.
That is true.
He's a hunter, which means he chases after us. He retaliates, which means if you miss hitting him, he will hurt you. And he deals 2 damage and 2 horror each blip. Ouch.
He's also worth 2 victory points.
Yes, 10 health. It's 5 times the number of investigators. Oh my goodness. All right.
Yeah, that's 10 health.
So,
So let's look at this act now. A woman with a torch stands in your parlor, a glimmer of hatred in her eyes. What have you done to my banner?
All right, come on.
Screams,
people are seeing this for the first time. So give a good voice. She's not.
What have you done to my banner?
She's not a Muppet.
Screams. She's Beaker. Fine. Let's see. What's a good voice? What have you done to my barrier?
Okay,
she screams, furious. Before you can answer, a ghastly wail sounds behind you, and a creature wearing robes and a deer skull mask tears through the wall, advancing towards you. If the Ghoul Priest is defeated, we advance. This is the last act card, so if we do that, then we quote-unquote win.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, and then that was at the end of the round, so we already did upkeep. So now we will add a Doom. We're at 6 of 7. And encounter cards. Rats!
Oh no, rats!
We've seen rats before.
Okay, and my encounter card? Oh no, it's an Icy Ghoul! Spawns in the cellar.
Yep, so Icy Ghoul, big stats, and is worth a victory point if we kill him. When you kill an enemy that has a victory point thing, they go into the victory point display area, which we always just put over.
I want that.
Yeah, but if we kill the Ghoul Priest, then we advance, so I don't think we're gonna be able to get that.
Oh, we can. I can go grab him.
Alright.
Alright, well, first of all, let's see. This guy swings pretty hard, and I don't know if I have way to kill him just yet.
Should I go and get Lita and run back?
Sure. You should go first then.
Oh, but then I got these rats on me.
You do.
I don't know if I can do.
Do you have
both.
a way to inflict horror on yourself? Because then you could just kill them.
No.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Yeah. No, I don't.
Okay. Wait. Then I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh,
So you can machete my rats?
I could do that. Yeah, you know what? I'll machete those rats. So let's do what he said. Let's machete those rats. I have a 4 against the difficulty of 1. Yeah, it should be good enough. Yay! I have macheted those rats off of you.
It's a good thing that was good enough, because if you miss and the enemy is engaged with another investigator, then you actually hit them instead.
Yeah, so I would have damaged Agnes, but fortunately I didn't.
That didn't happen.
For my second action, I'm going to...
Remember that he has retaliate, so if you miss him, he will punch you.
I should probably evade him in that instance then. I'm going to...
I think that's a good... Yeah.
I'm going to evade him. 4 against 4... yeah, let's just do that. 4 against 4. I don't have anything to boost it. I need to keep this card for an emergency. Go! Yay! Oh, he's a ghoul.
No, he's a ghoul, yeah.
I'm going to invade him again. 4 versus 4. Go. -2 failure. Okay, I did not succeed.
Alright. I'll see you later, Tao.
Okay.
So we got to parlay with her. We got to parlay with books. But I'm not very good at books. So I spent an action to move. I spent an action to parlay with her. Unfortunately, I cannot offer her my flashlight to lower her parlay. That doesn't really work. I mean, it would definitely work with me in real life. I'd be like, oh, flashlight, sweet, I like you already. But I guess she's got enough flashlights or something.
Yeah, this is 1920. So flashlights are probably expensive.
Is it 4? It's 4, isn't it? 4 is so much.
You could just spend this turn to get some resources if you want, then, in order to prep for next.
I think so. I think I'm gonna get $2.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, Tao. Hopefully you can evade that thing next turn.
Hopefully.
If not, I'll come in and evade, or I'll come in and engage it.
Well, for now, the enemy phase happens, so this guy.
Yeah, for the first time,
this
an
guy
enemy
doesn't
does
move,
something.
and this guy swings at me for 2/2. I'm gonna take the horror. I'm gonna take 1 damage. I'm gonna move a damage over to the guard dog, and it's going to bite the Ghoul Priest for 1. Rocky's like, yeah, get him, Rocky.
Get him, Rocky.
Actually, you know what? No. I'm gonna take 1 less horror and 1 less damage and put it on Rocky instead. So Rocky unfortunately dies for that, but it does kill. It does do damage.
Rocky does not go into the death zone. He goes into your discard.
Yeah.
Don't. Fun fact, kids, don't put Rocky in the trash can. That's not.
I wasn't going to.
They don't tend to like that. Upkeep.
And...
Oh, this is new art for this card. Cool. I don't actually have that. And then the doom happens. So we do the doom. They're getting out! A feral beast, roughly humanoid, with a canine cast and hooves for feet, tears through the ground in front of you.
It's Rocky!
Below the floor, you can see vast tunnels beneath your house, because I haven't been to the cellar. Wait, no I have. Fiendish howling echoes from deep within the underground caverns. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Okay. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a ghoul enemy is discarded. The lead investigator draws that enemy.
There you go. This ghoul minion is on you.
Alright. Then this goes in here, and they're getting out! You hear a crazed howl outside, and suddenly all the creatures turn their attention to that sound. They rush to escape the house, breaking down doors and clawing at everything in their way. At the end of the enemy phase, each unengaged ghoul enemy moves 1 location towards the parlor. At the end of the round, place a doom on this agenda for each ghoul enemy in the hallway or the parlor.
So we don't want to be in the hallway or parlor. Okay.
Yeah, but that also means the Ice King is coming.
That's fine.
For you.
I'm going to move down and engage them and try to survive.
But you got this guy in front of you.
I know. Don't worry. I've got a plan. Not a very good plan.
You should go first then? Because
Alright.
if you fail to unengage this guy somehow, then I can.
No, I'm gonna take him. I'm
to
gonna take him to the cellar because then we have more turns. Don't worry,
Okay.
I got a plan. So I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna spend $1 and I'm gonna play on the lamb. This is Skids O'Toole's unique card. Play after your turns begin. Until the end of the round, non-elite enemies cannot attack you.
I
Unfortunately,
will
this
point
guy
out that
is elite.
he is an elite.
Yes, but that
Okay.
still makes it so that Icy Ghoul can't attack me. Then I'm going to walk in here, and this guy's going to swing at me for 2-2. 1-2, 1-2, and this guy engages me. Then I'm going to evade Ghoul Priest. I'm going to... I have nothing I can discard for this except one that's good for damage, so I need to keep this.
If only you had a cunning distraction,
And
you could then throw a turkey down the hallway and.
Okay, 4 against 4. This is not looking good.
You walked in there.
Well, I'm not going to be attacked by the Icy Ghoul, plus I needed to...
I know.
Okay, 4 against 4, go. Damn it, -2.
-2.
I'm going to spend $3 and backstab the Ghoul. No, that's still 4v4. I'm going to backstab the Ice Ghoul. So backstab reads, fight, I use my foot instead of my feet, and this attack deals +2 damage. So it's a 4 against a 3. It's my best thing. I don't have anything else in my hand. Go, 4 against 3. -1, yes! 3 damage! Then for my final, I'm going to spend $2 and get an extra action. I'm going to fight the Icy Ghoul. I have a 4 with a machete. Let's discard this gun. 5 against that, and let's spend $1. 6 against 3, go. Auto fail, damn it. I seem to be in trouble. I'm going to require your assistance soon.
I hope I can provide it.
I know. I mean, I'll tank it for 1 turn, and then after that, you're up to you.
Alright, I'm going to try to parlay with Lita Chantler here. I'm going to discard Drawn to the Flame, because I don't think that we want to just randomly draw an encounter card to do nothing. So that's going to give me +1, so I'm at 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. I need this to succeed. I'm spending all of my monies to parlay. Parlaying does not cause an attack of opportunity, so she will just come if that happens. Hopefully, don't draw the bad thing. I did it.
Yay, you control Lita Chantler now.
I control Lita Chantler now. I now have +1 fists, which is great. Then I will have to fight this ghoul minion, and by that I mean I'm going to walk away. When I walk away, the ghoul minion has to punch for 1 and 1, so he's going to punch Lita Chantler for 1 and me for 1 horror, which then does a damage to the Ghoul Priest because of Agnes's Baker's ability. After 1 or more horror is placed on her, deal a damage to an enemy at my location. It's only for successful attacks, so that's fine. I will then head down here and yeah, that's fine. It's engaged to you.
Okay.
I just can't attack.
Take a damage for walking in the cellar.
Yep. I will take a damage for walking into the cellar, and then Lita Chantler will take 1 and 1 from our good friend, the
Ghoul minion.
the Ghoul minion.
Okay. Alright, enemy phase happens. This thing cannot attack me. This thing does for 2-2. So I am 1 point away from dying both ways. And the Ghoul minion attacks you for 1-1, but you...
Yep, I did 1 to me and 1 to Lita.
And then that will kill the Ghoul minion.
Each limit once per phase. Actually, I will, and instead of doing it to Lita, I'll do it to myself, and then that kills the Ghoul.
Okay. Fortunately, because I made the noble sacrifice of taking these ghouls away from the hallway and the parlor, we only get 1 Doom added to the agenda. Oh, we should upkeep first. Upkeep, and then Mythos. Add 1 Doom out of 10, and encounter cards.
Alright, don't draw any more enemies.
Rats. Grasping Hands. If I fail this, I die, and I have nothing to boost it. Well, actually, I do have Opportunist. So that's a 5 against a
Boots. Do I want to do these boots? Probably, because you'll die if I don't. So, +1.
6 against 3. Go. Hiya. Success! I get $2 and I get Opportunist back in my hand. I feel better already.
You weren't even expecting that. That's
I know.
Great. Okay. I should go.
No, I should go first. I should swing as much as I can, and then.
No. Let me explain why, Tao. I should go first because if I can kill this guy off you, you can spend all of your turn just macheteing this guy for extra damage.
But if I miss, he's gonna kill me.
That's true.
That's the problem. Like, I think I should go first. I should kill the weak ones. You should engage this guy, and then when he gets a little lower health, I'll do the spend all my money on machete to finish him off. Because we're not gonna kill him this turn. So I'll go first. I'm gonna machete those.
We could kill him this turn.
We'll see how we do. Is what I mean. Like, because I can't.
Because if I kill this thing and I kill the rats and I punch him once, then you can attack, and kill him.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's a 4 against 4 unless I spend money, and I only have $3. It's like very.
I can help you a little.
Plus, I prefer to evade him if possible. So I wanna go first. I'm going to machete those rats off of you first. So that's a 4 against a 1. Hopefully I don't miss. Yeah. I didn't. The rats are gone. Then I'm gonna machete this Icy Ghoul. It's a 4 against a 3. I'm gonna spend $1. Let's make it a 5 against a 3. Go. Success! So this one's dead. This one doesn't get discarded. It gets added to our victory display.
That's true. Remember, you're at +1 fist too, because of Fleet of Shantler.
Oh yeah. So it was a 6 against 3. And then lastly, I'm just gonna attempt to evade this guy. So
I'm not sure why attempt to evade when
if I miss, I'm going to die. I don't want to die.
Right, but if you. I guess.
That's like if you
engage. But you could
him,
output damage on him. If you output damage on him, I can potentially kill him. Right?
Alright, fine then. I'm gonna swing at him with everything I got with the machete. I have a 3.
Okay,
I'm
gonna give you overpower as well.
A 5, a 6, a 7, and hold on. So I have $2. So I have 3. I have 4. I have 5, 6, and then I have 7 against this guy's 4. I'm gonna spend $1 and let's make it 8 versus 4. Go. Okay, I did not fail. That does 2 damage because of machete, but an extra damage thanks to Leader Shantler. So he takes 3 damage from that.
And I draw a card.
Yes, and you get to draw a card. Alright, your turn.
Die, you beast! The new art's cool on
I haven't seen that either.
Okay, I guess I should engage you first. Or engage the Ghoul Priest first.
Because if you miss, I die.
Let's see here, 3 and then 6. Yeah, because I still have enough to kill him with that, which is good. Then we will attack with my brain hole.
So you are at a 5 against the Sting's 4.
5v4. Yep, that sure is the case there. So with 5v4, I will become fearless to be 6v4. I'm also gonna just toss this lady away. I don't know. She's part of the calcium of this place.
I'll discard an opportunist to help you as well.
Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7,
8 v4.
8 v4. Let's do this.
-2.
-2. So
I don't get opportunist back, but you did succeed, and you get to heal the horror. Heal it on me. I'm in danger.
I can only heal my horror, not yours.
Never mind then. So that does 2 damage, and Leader Shantler does another, so that's another, so that's 7 damage you have on you. Only 3 HP left.
Yep, which is exactly enough for this shriveling. Should the shriveling work or not?
Okay.
I'll get rid of this Holy Rosary, which is all I got, and another $1. So I've got 5, 6, 7.
7v4.
Anything you can help with, Tao?
Nope, I got no brains. Success!
Well, it's fine. The token bag helped.
Yay. Alright.
Alright, so this guy is diddly dead. We have murdered the Ghoul Priest, so we will advance. When the robed creature falls, the fiendish swarm burrows back into the ground. I mean, the body's melted because it's a video game, and like they were standing around for too long.
They didn't want it to make the game lag.
Yeah. And the chaos of the house quiets, but the stranger in your parlor doesn't seem relieved.
You broke my seal that was set to trap the ghouls within. She raises her torch. Now we must take more direct measures and burn this hell pit to the ground.
The lead investigator must decide. It was never much of a home. Burn it down, or this hell pit is... Oh, what did I do?
What?
I've never pushed that button before. Alt-C? What? I'm not sure. This hell pit... I'm just ruining things. This hell pit is my home. No way are we burning it. Resolution 2.
What do you think?
Well, obviously, I have bodies in the attic, and I have a lot of calcium in the cellar.
Which means you want to keep it?
I don't want the cops to, no, I don't want the cops to ever find this, so, yeah, we'll burn it down. I don't really care about this home. Plus, this guy stole all my most valuable possessions already, so what do I care?
All right.
So we get resolution 1, burn it down. So now when we are finished, we'll go look at this. If you care about spoilers, go away. Why are you watching this? Anyways, you nod and allow the red-haired woman to set the walls and floor of your house ablaze. The fire spreads quickly and you run out the front door to avoid being caught in the inferno. From the sidewalk, you watch as everything you own is consumed by the flames.
Come with me,
the woman says.
You must be told of the threat that lurks below. Alone, we are surely doomed, but together, we can't stop it.
In your campaign log, record that your house has burned to the ground.
All right.
Our campaign log
house
is over
was
here.
burned to the ground.
Oops.
We should put out.
So we got, yeah. So we got Phlip, and we got the who's Phlip playing? I am playing, Angie Waitress.
I totally forgot my person. What was it? Skids underwear or something like that?
Yes. I'm pretty sure that's correct.
All right then.
The lead investigator earns the Lita Chandler card and may include it in his or her deck. This card does not count towards that investigator's deck size, so I get Lita Chantelet into the deck.
Oh.
We will add that as a story asset.
Oh, more of it. The lead
Chandler.
investigator suffers 1 mental trauma from watching his or her home become a smoldering ruin.
That is true. I did burn my home. But it's more of a mental weight lifted off my shoulders that I don't have to worry about the cops finding it. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. And remember to add eligible locations to the victory display. Each investigator earns 2 bonus experience as he or she gains insight into the hidden world of the Mythos.
So let's count up the victory points. We got these 2 and these 2. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 2. So we both get 7 experience.
Okay. And then it talks about expanded campaign rules where you can learn about earning and spending experience points. Also trauma, death, and insanity, and then it goes on to the next place. We're going to pause here, though. This is the end of episode 1, after we explain what the heck experience is for. So I'm going to place Agnes's kind of cards out here. These are all the purple cards. You won't have this many purple cards. You'll have less than this. But each purple card has a... that's not a level 0 card. Has these little pips on it, like this one. If it's got 5 pips, that means it's 5 experience to buy that card. If it's got 1 pip, that's 1 experience. This is 2 experience, and so on. So you can, in between scenarios, spend experience and take cards and put them into your deck. That's how that works. You have to still abide by your deck building rules. So my deck building requirements are I have to have these 2 things in there, the random basic weakness, and also my deck size has to be exactly 30, aside from cards that don't count towards my deck size. So even though I got Lita Chandler, I can, wherever she went, over here, even though I have Lita Chandler, I can keep her in there without taking a card out of my deck. But if I add, for example, a Ward of Protection level 5, then I would have to take out a different card. Since I have a limit of 2 cards of each kind in my deck, then I'm probably going to take out a Ward of Protection when I add in a Ward of Protection. But you might add cards that aren't exactly the same, so if I added this Mind Wipe, for example, I can take out any other card in my deck. That's not one of the required cards. Anyways, that's it for this episode. I guess we should spend our experience, but I think we'll do that at the start of the next scenario. We'll go ahead and build our decks off screen and then explain what we added and that kind of thing. That makes sense.
Sounds good.
Do you have anything else to say, Tao? Any parting words?
Don't do drugs, kids.
It's beautiful, beautiful ending. See you later.
You put me on the spot, man. Goodbye.